card reading. You guys asked, and well, you guys didn't ask, you guys answered a poll, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do next? And I guess it's a pick a card reading. So I have a couple of cards that are already laid out. I don't know what I'm gonna do it about, and sometimes I like that because it's just really organic, and I can be just as surprised as you. So I do have some cards pulled. And if you saw the intro, you already saw the option. So you can fast forward down below, go find your group, and come back and let me know how it resonates with you. Remember, before you go into a reading, remember, you're the creator of your reality. You hold the power. I can't tell you anything that's not there, okay? I'll just tell you what I see. So even if you see something that you're like, I don't know, don't ever take a reading as fact. Take a reading as the energy around you. Whenever you get a reading done by anyone, all they're telling you is the energy that's available to you. So a really good reader will tell you what to do with that energy so that you can create your outcomes. So I don't predict outcomes, I help you create outcomes. I want to make that very clear because that is so important for you to continue to empower yourself. So go ahead and fast forward to your group, and I'm going to hop in to group number 1. Okay. There's something about a child, group 1. It could be something about a child. At the bottom of the deck, we have the bottle. And you see the third eye? Some of you could be pregnant, or some of you could have a child, or a very gifted child. But this is the energy of like an indigo child. There's something that's, and for you, if you're not resonating with children, there is so much healing within yourself. Yeah, we have mother, which is so interesting. Some of you guys are healing yourself, healing your energy, and you'll realize that as you go higher and higher, your desires will expand. And you see this bridge, it says the burned bridge. So some of you guys could be bridging a gap with your mother. And you know, this is very, very important. Even if it's not your mother, there's a feminine energy of like, that was supposed to give you wisdom, or maybe there was wisdom that you were supposed to embody in this lifetime, and that's just something you have not experienced. And it could be, what it's doing is it's causing subconscious, it could be causing headaches, it could be causing confusion. So there's something in your reality right now, there's someone, it's a feminine energy, it's an energy that's supposed to carry wisdom, or it's wisdom that you're supposed to embody. There's certain things that you're supposed to know and learn. And so maybe there's a rocky relationship with your mother or with a feminine, but that's what I'm seeing right now. There's a connection between you healing yourself and tapping more into your gifts. And the thing is like, when I say tap into your gifts, I'm not talking about an Etsy page or, hey, I really like to draw. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you tap into your gifts. That's how you activate your power. There's no other way. You don't activate it through money. You don't activate it through relationships. You can't activate it like that at all. It will not work. It will fail you every time. That's what you need to know, that your activation is internal. So when I'm seeing you, either you're walking across the bridge of yourself, and you're realizing that all the wisdom from that you were supposed to get, your feminine energy, the loving energy. So it's not about your gender. So even if you're a guy and you're like, hey, okay, my mom was this way, I don't care. There's certain things that your mother's supposed to teach you. There's certain things that you're supposed to intuitively gain from the feminine, the divine feminine energy. And so with the Two of Swords here, there could be some frustrations and things going on where it's like, I don't know how to mentally solve my problems. I have mentally unsolvable problems. But instead of admitting that, it could be something where it's like, well, let me just try it this way. Well, no, let me try it that way. And you could be switching back and forth between like, should I do it like this? Should I say it like this? Or it could even be indecisiveness on the smallest scale. Like, I don't know what I want to eat. I don't want to, if you go throughout the day and you just don't know there's no structure or rhythm. That's just what I'm picking up. I'm getting a lot of different messages, so please just take it how it resonates. I'm just describing the energy right now. So, okay, I was wondering what all of this was about, because all of these cards are like, there's something about a child. Some of you guys could be like influencers with the mother. This is like, and yeah, this is so funny. You see at the bottom, there's all these clothes, but she's intuitive. So it's almost like this is someone who could own, you could own your own business and you could have your own side hustle. And then it's like your house is a mess, but it's like, that's life. I'm just a mom. And maybe some of you guys are, I'm sensing some of you guys are being encouraged to document some of that stuff. Put it online. There's something really big about online because you got the 9 of Wands. I completely forgot to show it. The 9 of Wands is like success. And you see she's on a computer. And yeah, like, see, she's got this little brace on. Some of you guys could have a brace on, or you could have recently like sprained something, or maybe your arm has been hurting, or you could be getting like carpal tunnel. Maybe you want to look into that if you have any concerns about that, or just start stretching more. Stuff like that. I don't see anything like major, but what I'm sensing is if you're having any physical pains right now, it's because of this mental state. So my advice for you, group 1, to create your reality. This is what you need to do to create your reality, to get into this 9 of Wands state, okay? You're going from mental fog to money, to creativity, to success, to something that's your own. And even though you might have challenges like with the brace, just take care of yourself. But it's being, if you want to create your reality, I need you to write down 2 major stressors right now on a piece of paper. 2 major stresses. Get it out of your head, because there's a lot of like, taking action is great. Thinking about things is also great, but if you're thinking about something and then you're only thinking about the negative and then you keep saying it and saying it, you're actually creating physical ailments. So it's because of mind-body connection. So stop doing that. Don't do that at all. And you'll see the energy clear up. Create that. Create a reality where, and the way you do it is, remember, release those 2 things and stop participating in them. That's almost like your energetic payment for experiencing this. So if you're looking for the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Wands energy is saying that there's something that you're independently working on that's going to be successful. There's something that it's like a new focus. What you're manifesting, group 1, is a new focus in business. So this is like knowing what you need professionally. This is like, hey, I need to get online. I need to rework my online presence. I need to, and it looks like behind the scenes stuff, to be honest. It doesn't look like, it could be that you are an influencer, but there's a different aspect of your business that you're taking seriously. And there's a lot of good fortune around fertility if that's something that you're interested in. But if not, I definitely see that what needs to be burned also, there's another thing that you can release. Because I personally believe that we manifest by release, by subtraction. When we do that, I really like that, because we're just eliminating all of the false narratives. And so with the Mother card here, and there was the Bottle card, and then the Burned Bridge, I always like to say, people always say, you gotta forgive, but you gotta forgive, baby. You gotta forgive. You gotta let it go. And I'm not saying just saying that you forgive. How I tell my clients is, when you forget about something, it becomes less relevant. So I starve in energy, honey. I can starve energy to death. I can. So if I don't want to focus on something with the Burned Bridge, if I don't want to focus on anyone, it could even be your mother. Some of you guys need to withdraw your energy, but stop talking about it. Leave it there, whatever that energy is for you. And even if you have rekindled a relationship or there's some sort of dynamic, focus on yourself, focus on the positive, and you don't need to discuss anything else, because I'm seeing that could be what's holding you back professionally. And it might seem like, I like to show people how our emotions and our emotional behavior can actually affect what we're doing with our bodies. And so it's because of the mind-body connection, and our cells can understand us. Our cells, there's a whole world of knowledge about that with Dr. Bruce Lipton or Joe Dispenza, and they talk about how our body will take on physical characteristics in our life will based upon how we see ourselves and perceive ourselves. So if this group, if you are a mother or if you've wanted to have kids, I'm sensing like, if you are like, oh, hell no, there might be some things there that you might have wanted to if it wasn't for your experience with your mother or your experience with feminine. So you're being invited to kind of release and purge some of the narratives you've held on to for a while, and you're going to see your business just have a boost because you're going to rise higher because of you releasing that specific thing. So I'm seeing like inner child healing will be the next thing I would suggest. I would definitely dive into your childhood favorites. It could be from foods. You can pick an area of life, but definitely if you would like to dive deeper into that concept, group one, I am shifting my business model from just one-on-one tarot videos to complete one-on-one coaching, assisting people through the dark night of the soul, because sometimes you need help through the dark night of the soul. And one reading can't really grasp and put all of that together. It would be rushing it, and you deserve more time. So if that is something you're interested in, my one-on-one coaching can help you, give you the tools, because I see with the 9 of Wands, you really, really want to get your business off the ground. You really, really have ideas, and maybe you don't have the time to right now. Maybe there's a lot of stuff going on mentally, but you're more than capable of shutting out that noise. And if you need help on that with that, I can help you. Or if you're more wanting to lean towards a traditional tarot reading with me, I offer it one where it's pre-recorded just like this. You put your questions in and I talk to you directly just like this. Or if you like to do it on Zoom, there's options for that. And that's kind of if you're dealing with something really specific. So sending you guys so much love. Thank you for coming here and honoring my space. Thank you so much for your energy, for this beautiful energy exchange. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, this is group 2. I'm doing a live shuffle for group 2, and I'm not quite sure what's gonna come up, but I feel like you guys are like my mystical group. You guys have so many things, so many like specific interests with the 7 of Cups. You see how she's got like this scroll. Well, actually it's not even a scroll. It's their astrology symbols. So you guys could be very familiar with the esoteric realm. Like you guys are like, oh, I know my Saturn squared such and such. Like you might be able to read birth charts, but if not, you could be like into like video games or anime, or just think about you guys know what your special interests are. You have a lot of them and you're really, really good at them. You're really, really good at them. I feel like some people might not understand the levels. Like, so maybe you're like into a movie genre, or like my sister is so funny, she's into Twilight, so it's got all these like groups, and then there's all these like bad romance movie, like I'm telling you, there's like a whole universe of people who watch bad rom-coms, so I started watching it. There's like this movie on Netflix called The After series, and it's pretty it's terrible, but it's so wonderful. So me and my sister like to watch these terrible rom-com movies as a hobby, and we get together or we watch 365, and it's just funny. And so I feel like you guys have a sense of humor, and you guys have like special interests, and I feel like you're just so magical, and it's like you guys, and if you haven't tapped into this, it's because of the clouds in the background. You see how there's clouds in the background? This energy is about someone who has a huge imagination, who has at least the potential and the capacity for it. Whenever you say someone is creative, wow, you're so creative, you're so artistic, it's just because that person feeds their creativity. I call it soul food. This is a new concept I've been talking about, soul food. Soul food are the interests and the things that you pay attention to and that you go deep about. Do you go on deep rabbit holes about like video games or anime, like whatever are your healthy rabbit holes, you kind of go in them, and there's a whole universe in there, and it's like there's all these forums and groups. I'm picking up that like if you're wanting to connect to people, you have to connect to your natural interests. Otherwise you're going to be experiencing the clouds in the background, not the things. So I'm seeing dragons, I'm seeing ghosts. That could be like past life interests. That could be like Reiki and past life regressions. I'm picking up castles and dungeons, and like maybe you like period pieces and period movies, and there's jewelry. You could be like, I'm a jewelry maker and I love to do this, or I like to see people solder this, or brass knuckles I'm picking up, and like concert tickets. Maybe you're like, I'm obsessed with going to concerts, and like maybe you're like, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, or you're like, I'm a Beyonce fan. I'm like, I'm the Beehive. Like, it's definitely giving. It's giving that. So you guys are definitely, just off rip, extremely interesting. I feel like your aura carries a lot of energy. Your aura carries a lot. So going back to what I was saying before, one thing that I don't know exactly what's coming in, but I feel like what the energy I'm picking up is, you're embracing with the Temperance, is a Sagittarius energy. You're embracing what you're fucking good at. Temperance, Sagittarius. If you chose this group, you have already embraced your world. You may not know it yet because this is for a range of different people. Remember, if you want a one-on-one session, we can get down to the nitty-gritty. But in a general sense, what I'm seeing is there's a beautiful balance between your social mask and you're at home. Like when you're at home and no one's there, and see, it's like alchemy. You know how to take, this is the moon. The moon represents our emotions, and we have the sun. The sun represents like our aura, the light, our general sense of who we are. Like, oh, I know she's like that. She's a Taurus. I know she's like that. She's a Sagittarius. She likes to travel. So I'm definitely picking up. It's not that you like to travel. You are becoming the traveler. It's like, oh yeah, but just not just the traveler in terms of, oh, she went to Mexico. No, that might be, and maybe that's the surface level. So if you're just at that level and you're like, bitch, I don't even got my passport, just know that it's coming. And if you're at the range where you're like, oh, I've traveled my whole life, I get it. Like, and that's duh. What I'm seeing is it's more than that. With this next phase that you're becoming the type of person that can travel within your own self into different states. That is very powerful. You see, he's got angel wings behind him. This is how your aura is coming across. You see, you don't just see him. You see the light, you see the dark, you see the activation. This is the activation point. It's almost like there's this line by Jim Rohn that just popped in my head, and it said, best you become a millionaire before you make your first million. Because what that means is you have to embody what it is to become a millionaire. And it's like, it takes a long time. So I'll give you an example. I noticed I used to be a nanny, a celebrity nanny, for maybe 11 years. I worked for a lot of different people, a lot of different celebrities, kids that were celebrities, and parents that were celebrities that had just their children, you know? And so the parent was a celebrity. And I would watch how they did things, because I used to live in one of their houses, and I would watch how the parents would cook. I would watch their cabinets. Their cabinets would be full to the brim. And me, them credit cards, I wish I could tell you the limit on my nanny credit cards. I was like, what? I was driving designer cars. I mean, that's what it felt like. Okay. When your car's that nice, you call it a designer car, not even a luxury car. But I remember feeling like, wow, when I first started, I went from here where I was just like working as a nanny, working hard, honey, hard, just to barely pay my rent in LA, to making more than my dad did when he was like a high-ranking officer in the military. And I just remember being like, oh, the quantum shift. So this group, this is the quantum shift. This is what's happening. You've done it. You know how to go, just like how you know how to travel. You know how to travel from, oh my gosh, like I'm feeling hopeless. My products will never sell. What gifts do I have to offer to the world? And it's like, maybe some of you were like, you know what? I don't even care about the money. And you guys went into this rabbit hole of like, you know what? I'm obsessed with furniture. I'm obsessed with coffee mugs, and I want to make them, and I want to print t-shirts. It's like, you guys are being invited, depending on which stage you're in, it's like to go fully in the rabbit hole. Go in, because I want to see what comes out. The Page of Swords. Some of you guys could be starting a podcast. There's a birth of a new business. Definitely. There's a computer here. There's someone speaking. This, for some of you guys, I just heard new role. So if you're an actor, this is booking like that role that like puts you on. See, now you might see the page and be like, why is it the Page of Swords? Why can't it be higher? But the Page of Swords is in that bitch. It's like, this is the energy where you're like, I'm in. Like, you might want to grow and keep growing, but like, it's almost like when they say make your first 100,000. Some of you guys could be like making your first 100,000, and it's like, maybe you've been saying, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire for so long that it's just like some pipe dream. But what makes a millionaire, makes it a reality, is when you know, well, you know, if I took 6 clients, if I made 500 products that sold for this, if I'm seeing you step into your power through your voice. Activating your power, group 2, is through your voice. People need to hear you. People need to know what you are conveying. What is the value that you bring to your business? What is the value that you bring to your craft? And if you're like, well, I don't even see you saying you don't have a craft. Like, don't even let that self-doubt come in. I just almost vocalized that. Like, cut that shit. Like, you guys got the 7 of Cups. You probably have way too many interests and you just need to pick one and stick with it. But at the same time, if that's your issue, pick one and stick with it and become a decisive person. That's the next advice I have for group 2. If you want to embody this energy at this new level where lots of people can hear you, you see those clouds in the background? You see the clouds here? You need to pick one of these 7 things, one of your special interests, only one of them. Doesn't mean you don't participate in the others, but you need to focus, because focus is what makes the most noise. And when you make the most noise, that's how people find you. That's how people recognize you. That's how you attract the love of your life. That's how you attract business clients. So you need to make enough noise in one lane. So right here, pick one of these things and go with it. Pick one of these things and make a podcast out of it. Pick one of these things and make a page out of it. Literally, get the Page of Swords. Maybe you need to make a new page for this thing. You need to rebrand. You need to, but what I'm seeing is you're going to, the clouds symbolize sometimes feeling like you don't see the sun. Where are my results? So it needs to be something like, I call it soul food. You need to eat every day. So if you don't have your podcast, you should be watching them. And I promise you, it'll piss you off enough to get started. Like, I could do better. So if you find yourself criticizing, know it's coming from the place of that you can do better. So just do better. Don't dwell on the person. Recognize the emotion, experience the emotion, but then act on it and create your own. If this is with dealing with, what else could this be dealing with? If this could be dealing with aspects of you, like this is also for some of you, it could be dealing with aspects of your personality. So maybe you're not quite comfortable in your emotions and you're like, okay, like I'm kind of nervous, like to speak my truth or to show myself. Like maybe there's like some, you don't have to go all out and be seen. There's something about being heard. That's for somebody. You don't have to go all out with being seen. You can be heard. You can do audio clips. You can do, I just heard that for somebody, but it's like, grow at your own pace, but know that you can step into your power. So some people step into their power and they jump in the pool. I used to say I like to go down the steps, but now I jump in the pool because I like my results quickly. But you just want to be in the room. So it's up to you how much you grow right now. I'm seeing that you're going to bust through to the next level. If you're at this point where you're like, okay, I know what I want. I know where I am because I've looked at it and I'm like, how do I get there? I'm starting a coaching program, intuitive coaching. This is designed to help you push past the fear, push past the triggers, because it's really the triggers and the fears that are really high walls that have ceilings on them, and you can't get to the next level without releasing them. And so that's what we call a blockage, because some people can just focus and manifest that way. But with the energy that I'm picking up from this group in particular, you might need to just release some things. So if you want to book, if you want to work with me to help you remove some blocks to transform your life and to have the blueprint for what's next, you can definitely find my information down below. And then if you'd like to just see for this particular circumstance, maybe you don't need something as an overhaul like that. You just need a quick little, okay, release. Let me be your spiritual recycling. Let me help you alchemize your energy. Let me give you some tools to self-soothe and self-regulate. I can help you with that. I would love to help you with that because I did that for myself, and my life completely changed. I attracted the love of my life. I got married before how was I? I said I wanted to get married by 30. I did get married, you know? It's like I had my daughter. I always wanted to have a girl, and I lost track of those things because sometimes when you want it all right now. And so I encourage you to just pick one thing off your list. Write a list of 7 things. That's a freebie. Write a list of 7 things and that you want, and write a list of 7 things that are holding you back or that annoy you. Clear that and then pick one from the positive list. Okay, group 2, that's my advice for you. Take that. Let me know how that helps you, because I'm feeling that there's a whole new layer of you that people are going to see, and they're going to confirm it to you. They're going to say, wow, there's a whole new layer to you. You're more vulnerable. You're more this. You're more that. You're just going to hear feedback, but that does not mean it's true. You decide what's true. What you're hearing is mixed reviews and responses to the new you. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. I'm not quite sure what this is going to be about just yet, but we're going to hop on in. If you're here from another reading, I'm hearing that there's some people here from pile 1. Something about the shadow. If you came from group 1, it's something about the shadow. And yes, you can have pizza. I don't know where that's coming from, but if that applies to you, take it. If not, and pizza represents literally, this card has a pizza on it. The slice. That's what it's gonna, this is gonna be y'all's energy. It's the slice. It's like, you know, it's like if you think about a slice of pizza, it's like, okay, whatever. It's just a slice of pizza. But if it's the last slice of pizza, or somebody took your slice of pizza, or if you don't even like pizza, that pizza got too much damn cheese, that pizza ain't vegan. Get your hands off my pizza. Don't cut pizza. You don't cut pizza with a fork. I'm picking up, see, the pizza is an example of energy. Everyone has a different response to seeing this. Why is there a sword in the pizza? Don't let nobody tell you about your damn pizza. That could be literally. But what it could also just be metaphorically. The pizza is the slice. It's called the slice. And it's like, the slice is yo shit and how you do it and how you like it and when you want it. Do you like your pizza cold? Do you like it fresh? Do you like it from Domino's? Do you like it from Italy? Did you have the best pizza when you were in Chicago, in New York, Jersey? What I'm seeing here is that you gotta be as particular with your life as you are with this pizza, with your what you consider to be the slice of life, that sweet thing, how you like it. Well, I don't really eat pizza, but if I do, or I don't like red sauce, they always put red. I'm just picking up, there's so many particulars, and it doesn't even feel like it's a lot of confusion with you. I feel like you know what the fuck you want. Group 3. But why am I picking up everyone else's opinion? I'm picking up everyone else's opinion. I'm picking up the slice. I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to them. So maybe some of you guys need to redirect your energy towards you. Hello, group 3. Let's reshuffle. Oh, look what's underneath here. The taco. So maybe some of you guys don't even like pizza. Look at the moon cycles. You see the moon? The moon changes. Your preference can change. Some of you need to hear that your preferences can change. They're versatile. Shut off the internet. Shut off the noise. Shut off the clutter. That's what you guys need to release. There's too many energies. Too many. Like, some of you guys need to study your astrology. That's just for some of you. Some of you need to link your moon, like get a moon cycle app for your cycle, track your cycle. Some of you guys could be having cravings because you could be expecting and not know it, or you could be expecting and know it. It's almost like okay, so funny that pizza came up because I've been having this new thing called soul food. And I'm not talking about real food, I'm talking about spiritual food. Because I believe that we feed ourselves every day. So when you go on social media and you're looking at your feed, whatever you're watching is your soul food. Some people like to watch murder mysteries and they love it. Some people like to watch cooking channels. Some people like to watch gossip. But the thing is, it is not my job to tell you what is for your life. All I'm saying is, it better be something you like, even if it's considered dark, because you have the devil card. So the devil card is Capricorn energy. So I'll use my sister as an example. One of my sisters is a Capricorn, and I was trying to send her some meditation music, or I think my brother sent her meditation music, and she's like, that's cool, but she started playing DMX because she was like, And DMX made her feel like dark and like, and he talks about demons and the devil, Satan. He talks about all that stuff, if you know who DMX was, and rest in peace. But it's like, you see how the hands are like doing, there's one right here doing that too. I forgot what those are called. Mudras. I do them sometimes too. They're energy points. Not all of them are bad, but just like any tool that you use, just know what you're getting yourself into. Tarot is also a tool. Some people use tarot to do terrible things, to lie to people, to manipulate, to pigeonhole people, to come back for readings. It's like everything has duality. And I think because you understand that, you can completely divulge into your own interests. So I think yours kind of had like a kinky side. Like for some of you, it could be just like, I want to marry for money. I want to marry somebody rich. But it's like, I don't know with the Two of Wands. What would they think? What would they say? It's like every time I like feel confident, I like in the back of my mind in this reading, I'm like, oh, well, so I want you to look at what you're eating, who you're around, which energies, because you eat the energy, your aura eats the energy around you. That's why I ever met someone, they're so positive and they're always doing positive shit and they're always at Starbucks, or they're always like, it's like maybe you like know someone that you see all the time, like every time you see them, like at the grocery store or something, at the bank, they're like, oh my gosh, you're like, they're so positive. Like, do they ever go through things? Yes, they go through things. I'm telling you. People who are positive go through things. But what happens is they grow through them. So whenever they are done experiencing the sadness, when they're done crying alone, when they're done and there's like nothing left in that relationship and they have to walk away, they interpret it as a good thing. They could have cried every day for 7 days. They could have been upset. They could have been pissed. And then they come to work like, hi. And they're like, wait, because there's them who's a happy person who's decided to be happy, who's decided to be peaceful, that's decided to be optimistic. Then there's the circumstance. The circumstance might have been a breakup. The circumstance could have been divorce. The circumstance could have been the car, whatever it was. But there was them and then there was their circumstance. So you're being invited to kind of embody that energy of the person that you're going to be the person that someone runs into every day and says, you know what? They just have great energy. I feel like that's going to open a door, some of you guys, because you have the Two of Wands. Get out of your head. Get out of their heads. Get out of the collective head. Get out of the collective head and get into your head. Because I feel like right now, there's people that you haven't met that are just like you and that have the same interests as you. And you're gonna be like, this whole time, there was millions of people, thousands of people, hundreds of, it's gonna look different. So for some of you, millions could be followers. Millions could be dollars, people who are willing to pay you. For some of you guys, like Capricorn, don't forget, the Devil card is the opposite card of the Lovers, traditionally in tarot. So the Lovers is like union. And so if you're not comfortable with your darkness, you're not comfortable with your weight, you're not comfortable, because if it's not changed, that means you're comfortable. And so if you say, I'm not comfortable with my weight, I'm not comfortable with my money, I'm not, okay, well, let's make a decision with the Two of Wands. This house that she's in represents your mind. You're not moving. If you feel like you're not moving or you're not progressing, it's because you're just in your mind going, should I do this one? Should I do this one? Should I go here? Should I go there? Should I get this job? Should I get that one? I don't know if I should do that. It's like, well, let me ask this person. And that, it's actually not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I used to do that all the time. But you have the coffee. Starbucks came up earlier. So maybe you guys like to go to Starbucks. Maybe like if you do work, go to a Starbucks, check out a coffee shop and put a smile on your face. Even if you're having a hard time, just go out there. Because I feel like even with just the coffee, how do you like your coffee? Maybe you don't like coffee. Maybe you like tea. You know what I mean? But like, it's like, what's your signature drink? What do you like to watch? What are your interests? Don't become, and for some of you, it may not even just be your darkness, but you could be around someone that's more dominant than you. So their interests are more dominant. Their preferences are more dominant. Maybe you just don't have, maybe you just, I just think, oops, whoa. I think it's, this group, what you need to do is embrace your own interests. Embrace the things that you like, even if they're kind of dark, even if they're kind of weird or kinky. Embrace them. Mentally embrace them. Speak them. Don't speak against them. Because what you're going to do is you might find out there's some people around you that actually would like that. Embrace it. It's like it might feel like maybe it's a little bit nervous because maybe you had a different belief system before, and you get to change your mind. You get to expand. That's normal. That's natural. That's natural. We'll call it not normal. We'll call it natural. So I feel like some of you guys really want to travel, and maybe you want to do some things and explore, and like, doesn't have to be for a long time, but there's things that you want. There's desires that you want. So just take out the trash, take out all the limiting beliefs, get rid of that stuff, and just get rid of those things. Don't speak against it. Be clear. Become more decisive. Make a decision. Do some research on yourself. But don't get stuck in the in-between stage, because that's how you actually waste time in your life, and you can waste time. You don't want to be in that. You don't want to waste time. So I think for this group, this was kind of a long one, but I'm going to pull one more card for you guys. In addition to clearing their space, what does group 3 need to do to go to the next level in their life? Y'all got all the food, okay? Y'all got I don't think any other group had food. So the cheesy fries. Look at that. Eat the fries. Like, it's like maybe you like fries. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe you have something that you really like, and like maybe your spouse doesn't like it, and you're like, well, we do all these things together. We eat together. We do this together. And it's like, it could even be a group of friends. But the cheesy fries is giving, because what's happening is this. You guys are holding yourself back from your true manifestations, group 3. And I feel like one of your spirit guides is coming in very strong. You're holding yourself back from growth, from organic growth. You don't have to try so hard. Anything that you're trying so hard at is actually not growing. It's almost like you fucking with the plants over and over. So associate peace with success. Yeah, you can work diligently. Like, my daughter's asleep and I'm filming. But at the same time, it's not like, the energy's not like, oh God, I never get any time. Because what's going to happen is, if I take on that energy, I won't have any time. She won't sleep well. I won't. It's because you are the creator of your reality. Your reality is responding, like how you see me. Your reality is responding to what you're putting out. That is a big, big gem for you guys. The cheesy fries. You guys have some big blessings. For some of you guys, it's an award. For some of you guys, it's something that so significantly makes you feel seen that your confidence will never waver again. But you need that shadow with the devil card. You need to tap into the I'm the shit. You need to tap into the me first. You don't even talk about, well, I had to set a boundary. No, it's not a thing. Do you hear people with mansions talking about, well, the alarm went off and then we had to do, like, no, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about that. Wealthy people they're not talking about that. Treat yourself like that $1 million mansion. Stop talking about the boundaries. They're already set. You know how to set them. Just set them. Those are not conversations. I just feel like I'm being a little tough on group 3. There's a big channel coming in because there's a big thing coming in. There's something really, really big. And you have to learn how to eat the cheesy fries sometimes in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be food, but it's give yourself permission. Like when someone gives you a compliment, say thanks. Expect compliments. Expect to find a parking spot. It could be just the little things that are throwing you off. I'm sensing like weight loss, I'm sensing cars, I'm sensing the joys of your life. So it's like I'm seeing you like flip the script. Instead of working so hard, you let the universe work hard, but now you're just more specific. Because what's happening is it's like working hard without specifics, but I'm seeing flip it. And so when you flip it, you're going to be very specific, but let the universe work hard. Almost like the iceberg, where the iceberg's underneath and the top is like your conscious mind. Your conscious mind needs to be specific, specifically positive, because you're always manifesting perfect results. And just test it, try it out. Like just test it and try it out. And because I really want to know what the cheesy fries is, guys. I want to know what the slice, like y'all about to get a huge blessing group 3, something you've never seen before. So you need to look at your mental diet, because keep it pure, keep it good, keep it as an open, keep it white, keep it pure. So that way all the blessings can fall in, because there's multiple blessings I'm seeing. It might be 3 major ones, but there's some big, and for some of you, it's the love of your freaking life. The love. And it's going to, just a little tip, it's going to feel like you're the love of your life first. You're going to feel this overwhelming sense of love and joy and acceptance and like you don't want life to change. That's typically when you meet your person, because you are the love of your life, and then whoever comes in is a perfect match to how you treat yourself. So you don't say, I want, no, I become. Oh, we match, ta-da, then you grow together. And so there might be challenges, but you just keep growing on your own when you have challenges with your spouse, and then you come back together and go, wow, and you just keep going up. It's like the blessings are going up and up with this group. I'm gonna leave it alone before I start preaching, because this group, let me know what your cheesy fries is. Claim your cheesy fries down in the comments. Tell me, what is your slice of pie, your slice of pizza? What is it that you're claiming? Claim it, put it out there into the universe. Decide to take it, pick it up. And if you want to work with me, all of my information is down below. My video's already been long, but I really wanted to drive this home. So if you need more like one-on-one coaching for a couple of months to really guarantee this, because you're like, I'm done, I'm deciding, or if you need just a little bit of information on what's going on with like a Zoom call or a pre-recorded reading just like this, all of my information is down below.